Why are we in this house? What are we doing today? What's the date?
Tanglao, Bright.com, June 23rd, 2005. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're here for Gnomedex, and Bright's an open source company, and we using Drupal, which is open source software which allows you to blog, have a normal website like a contact us form, about us form, and allow you to video blog, audio blog, podcast. And you could think of it that way. As a developer, if you're so inclined, you could think of it as a container, a universal container. So we could gather all RSS content, we could gather upcoming.org, EVDB, you name it, we could gather it and put it in Drupal and use that as a container. And so we're here to find out about the cutting edge or not so cutting edge uses of the media and how we can make Drupal better and make money, because we make money from people using Drupal sites. I'm here with the entire Vancouver-based Bright crew, including Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Boris, who you might have met. He's quite loud, dramatic. Chris Krug, the guy with the ponytail. And Colin Brummel with glasses. We're here. Come and check things out and get some resellers, because the kind of people who go to this conference are the kind of people who would use a platform like Bright to do audio blogging, video blogging, normal websites, and normal blogging, photo blogging. Bright.com, BRYGHT.com. Bridget. And I got many blogs, RolandTanglao.com and VanEats.com, a food blog about Vancouver, Canada. So if anyone's coming to Vancouver and they want to vote food, VanEats.com. And if what they're looking for is not there, there is an email envelope that you can click on and email me your request, and I'll do my best to give you what you want. I have at least 1,000 blog posts about food in Vancouver, Canada that I haven't blogged about. Chances are, if you ask me something that's not on the site, I can at least give you a pointer to somebody who might know, or maybe even better, give you my personal experience. I have a podcast at Dogma Radio, DOGMA radio.com, and I podcast about food. I podcast in German because I live in Germany. Ich kann Deutsch sprechen. Oh, I got one about Filipino because Tagalog is my heritage language. We have one about Web 2.0. And if anybody wants to be interviewed about Web 2.0 and what their company does or what they do, let me know, Roland at Bright.com. Podcasting is a technology which just so happens to make it very convenient for people who want to listen to and in the future watch content to constantly get it. You know, the average commute of Americans, not Canadians, is 45 minutes one way. And people are tired of normal radio, established media radio. I hate the word mainstream media. So they want alternative things, so they can use it through podcasting. Eventually they'll be at a point, and today you can sort of do it, where you can have your customized radio show, like 2 minutes of Roland, 1 minute of Richard Erickson, I don't know, whatever you want, right? Or podcasts about the Iraq War if that's what you're interested in, or about Matisse if you're interested in art. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to compose your own audio newspaper. We are clumsily and kicking and screaming with blogging, audio blogging, podcasting, blah blah blah, accomplishing what Tim Berners-Lee's original vision of the web was, which is two-way sharing. I think his original vision was two-way sharing of whatever you want to whoever you want. And people complain or make this observation that the vast majority of blogs are crap. Well, that's true. But the vast majority of anything is crap, but its beauty or aesthetics are in the eye of the beholder. So, who cares if 2,000 people don't read your blog, or listen to your podcast, or watch your video blogs? Who cares? If it's the 10 right people, or if you're sharing with a one right person, that's all that matters. And we're giving people the tools. So I believe, just as anyone today can have email for free or relatively inexpensively, even without a computer, they can go to the public library, log on, and send email. Hotmail, or Gmail, or whatever. Yahoo, whatever. In 10 years, anyone can share anything, audio, video, text, photos, with anybody else if they want to. Of course, there are always the barriers the usual barriers will remain. I mean, technology does not solve it, but it helps. And we've never had this ability before, right? I've never had the ability to make something public or private or share with whoever I wanted to, and we will have that ability. It's crude now, but it's good enough for a lot of early adopters that it will become seamless, easy, you name it, in 10 years. And will it cause a revolution? I don't know. But it can't be a bad thing when I can express my thoughts to my family, my friends, and my workers, and whatever groups, tribes I happen to belong to in a seamless, easy-to-use fashion, right? Can that really be a bad thing? I don't think so. But I think what's relevant is expression And the great thing about podcasting and the tools that Dave Weiner and Adam Curry have developed is the ability to easily, automatically download it to your device and listen to it in the case of podcasting. So it's irrelevant because we will develop super technologies for video. And what I always tell people is that podcasting is like, this is like where blogging was in 2002, and video blogging is like where blogging was in 1999. Like, we got a ways to go. We got to figure out how to create the metadata, as Mark Cantor says. We got to figure out how to promote it, how to transcript it, how to, all these things we have to figure out for video and audio, and we're well on the way for audio. I believe that with the efforts of people like, who else here from New York? Who are the video bloggers from New York? Anyways, the video bloggers from New York, Mark Cantor, and all these people doing things with their early video blogs. We're getting there. It's just that we're not there. It's 1999, right? All over again. I always tell everybody video and audio will be bigger than text. We don't live, I mean, I'm a bookworm, right? I only did 3 things growing up. Ice hockey, for those who don't know what hockey without the qualifier means. Softball, and reading books. That's all I did. And so I'm a big fan of text in general, letters, characters, but we don't live in that kind of society. Most people have an audio and video sensibility, primarily a video sensibility. So most people find it easier to express themselves in an audio or video style, as the reggae people would say. The text culture will remain as a means to promote the audio and video culture, but the actual expression of audio and video will become bigger than the text, I believe. I could be wrong. Come back 10 years, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Well, in Canada, we really miss people like Lee Lefevre and Peter Caputa, the so-called community builders. No, in Canada, in Vancouver, it's kind of like a hotspot. I mean, we have Humana software, which does blogging tools. We have Skip, which gives identity solutions, which will enable people to not have 200 million user IDs for the various blogging systems and ways they express themselves online. And we have Bright, which does Web 2.0 websites. So in Vancouver, we have quite a cluster. It's a nascent, growing culture. Toronto and Ottawa is more telecoms focused, although there are a lot of bloggers. Toronto's kind of all over the map, so Vancouver is kind of more into this new media, multimedia, social software space. I mean, Flickr came from Vancouver, for example. I don't think it would have came out of Ottawa. Just it's not the right environment. So that's the cluster we have going in Vancouver. So lots of things are happening so disproportionate to our population because we're a tenth the size of the United States, right? The other thing is we have Florida, Richard Florida talks about the rise of the creative class, right? And so what are the factors that get creative people to congregate, aggregate, and produce creative stuff? And Vancouver seems to have those qualities. One is a large mix of people. One is a beautiful climate. Another is 2 very good educational institutions. And we have University of British Columbia. We have the Simon Fraser University. 2 universities. We have multiple things that are doing new media stuff like Vancouver Film School and Emily Carr and design-wise. So you combine the beautiful climate, the fact that people are attracted from all over the world by the climate and by the fact that they can snowboard and ski all and play golf and sail all in one day, plus the influx of good home-brewed talent. At Roland at Bright.com, BRYGHT.com. Well, I'm a Mac person, right? So for Flickr, I totally recommend iPhoto Flickr export plugin from Fraser Spears in England or Scotland or wherever he's from. Ecto, Mars Edit, those are the ones I use. On Windows, I haven't used them lately, but there's BlogJet, Humana, and Ecto for Windows. Well, I'm really looking forward to the conflux of people, right? You have this juxtaposition of Microsoft people, you have this juxtaposition of bloggers, audio bloggers, video bloggers, you have software developers, you have normal, quote-unquote, normal human beings, as Mark Cantor says, all in one room, all in a single track conference, all in various mingling events. The ideas generated from that is what I'm looking forward to. I mean, I'm looking forward to having people, well, learning stuff from people I haven't met, learning stuff from people I have met, and not only learning stuff, but sort of contributing to the global creation of ideas and discourse, right? That's what you do for conferences, right? I like the people who stir it up, like Burning Bird, Shelley Powers, and I like Don Park, and I like people like Mark Pilgrim, Mark Cantor, Dave Weiner. even like Zenny Jardin and Dana Boy, people who aren't afraid to be a little controversial, just to get people thinking differently, not differently, about get out of their comfort zones. And these people are all willing to do that. So hopefully that's what we'll do. We'll get out of our comfort zone at this conference and look beyond and see what could be possible, if we work together.